Saturday morning, time to talk technology, and our tech expert, Luis Alvarez, is here from the Alvarez Technology Group. Luis, welcome back to the program.
Thank you, my friend. How are you today?
Doing pretty good. So it's the weekend. Is the boat going to be on the bay?
No, today we are going to do some work at the office. We've been putting off some kind of honeydew things that accumulate when you own your own office building.
Yes.
So we're going to head out there, and then tomorrow is, Father's Day. So they actually are having a Father's Day regatta, but Ronnie has other plans for me. So I will be doing those things that she has arranged for Father's Day.
Well, very nice. And I guess it's a surprise that she has for you tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She hasn't told me. She just says that she'll let me know in the morning.
Oh, so. Wonderful. Well, I hope you have a great time.
Thank you. I hope so too.
CNBC has an interesting story that we're going to delve into here, and that is Asia's Ukraine moment, how the Iran war could accelerate a shift into renewables. What do we got going on here, Luis?
Yeah. So, when the Iranians kind of blockaded the Strait of Hormuz and held back all of this oil that Asian countries in particular and European countries rely on, it really was a kind of a wake-up call for these countries that they started to realize that, oh my gosh, we are beholden to something that's outside of our control for our energy needs, and we need to do something different. And so you've now seen this accelerated move to renewable energy sources, in particular in Asia, because they have production capability. China produces like 80% of the solar panels that are sold around the world, and the cost of them has come down to, right now, solar power is the cheapest power that is generated, cheaper than anything else. And so a lot of these countries are looking at solar, wind, even nuclear as a alternative to using traditional oil-based energy sources, because they can't produce the oil that they need. And because they're dependent upon the Middle East, they're looking and saying, okay, we can't let this happen to us right now. We have been here in the United States insulated a little bit. Even though our gas prices and diesel prices have increased, we still have supply.
Right.
But in many Asian countries and in some European countries, they're allocating fuel because they don't have the resources that we do in order to produce our own fuel. And so they want to change the equation so that if this ever happens again, or even just, hey, it's time to diversify. And so they're moving quickly to decouple themselves from the Middle East as an energy source.
Well, I don't blame them. It's very understandable. Of course, this isn't as much an issue with the Middle East, per se, the oil-producing countries that we're buying from, but it's an issue with access through the Straits of Hormuz, which Iran wants to control. They are now setting up a system that actually is in direct contravention with the UN Law of the Seas, where they are going to try and charge ships for passing through the straits, which are supposedly, have been up to this time, international waters, and Iran basically wants to take control of that and make it like the Panama Canal or the Suez, where you have to pay a tribute to go through there. So this conflict is not by any means over, because the minute you start paying those tributes, there's no end. I mean, the extortion on the part of a country like Iran could be never ending. So
I mean, they may call them service fees or anything but taxes or
extortion.
Or tariffs, but it's still the same thing. And now that they know they can do it, it's really going to be that you can't put that genie back into the bottle.
Right.
And that's one of the unintended consequences of this war, is that we've created this system that's now going to be hanging over our heads, in particular, the European and the Asian countries for the foreseeable future. So even the International Energy Agency is saying, hey, this is going to accelerate the shift to these renewables, and it's going to change the equation. And even in the short term, and since the beginning of this year, electric vehicles in Asia have made up like 20% of the sales, which have gone up dramatically from in years past.
Wow. Well, at the same time, even if you're not buying gasoline because you have an electric vehicle, a lot of times electricity is generated by oil burning plants.
Exactly.
So you still have to have the oil to create the electricity. We're not out of the woods completely.
No, not yet. But, one of the articles I was reading was talking about how Spain had made this significant investment in renewables. And a lot of the other European nations have criticized them. But now, during this whole Iran war thing, it turns out that they, along with Portugal and some of the Nordic countries, have registered the lowest gas prices in Europe, because the demand is so weakened compared to other places because of their investment in renewables.
Well, I'll go there and fill up this weekend.
There you go.
Hey, let's turn the page to, still on the subject of energy, though. California Senate Bill 868, introduced recently, is known as the Plug and Play Solar Act. What's this going to do for people?
Yeah, well, we've talked about this in the past, this concept of plug-in solar panels, where you can buy these solar panels, you plug them into the regular power jack in your house, but instead of it taking power, it actually puts power back into your home. And these are very popular in European countries. They sometimes are called balcony solars because a lot of people that live in apartment buildings will buy these and put them out on their balconies to essentially generate power that saves them hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year because they're generating their own solar electricity to augment what they're getting from the grid. But in California, it's been illegal. PG&E has been fighting this tooth and nail, as you can well imagine, for a long time. But now even they have started to soften their opposition. And so there's a bill in the legislature which will legalize the ability for us to use these, what they call plug and play solar panels for augmenting your electric bill. And you'll be able to buy them at places like Lowe's or Home Depot or Walmart, wherever you can get them, and then just take them home, plug them in, put them, point them toward the sun, and save yourself a few dollars.
So it generates electricity by capturing it through the solar panels, and then it puts it right into your home system through a 120 volt outlet, so that when you plug something else in, like say a radio or refrigerator or whatever, anything that runs on AC, that helps to power it in addition to whatever you're getting. So how does it distinguish between what's coming from, say, the utility and what it's generating?
So when you plug it in, it has intelligence, and I don't pretend to know how this works, but it talks to your panel, wherever you have your electrical panel in your home, and it says, hey, make me the primary source of your energy, and then when I run out, then go ahead and go out to the grid.
Got it.
So it interfaces with your existing electrical panel and works with it to provide power primarily when it's available. One of the things it doesn't do, though, is if there's a power outage, because it wants to protect the lineman, as they say, whoever happens to be working on the electrical system, it will automatically shut itself down. It won't generate electricity and put it into your home if the power goes out.
That's Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, joining us today here on Power Talk Radio. Online, it's alvareztg.com. At AlvarezTG is the X handle, and Luis, the toll-free number for the I-Team.
Give us a call at 866-78-I-Team. That's 866-784-8326.
And looking ahead to Monday, we're going to be talking about a new iPhone coming in September that you can fold in half.
Yeah, so if you've been envious of your friends with those Samsung foldable phones and you're an iPhone user, you're going to have an option.
Sounds great. All right, looking forward to it. We'll be talking with Luis Alvarez Monday morning about all that right here on Power Talk Radio. Luis, thank you so much. Enjoy the Father's Day holiday, and we'll have to get a recap on that next week.
Absolutely. Take care, my friend.